Hello, my name is Joseph Scarpa, and today for my meal in the life of, you could say, a person from UK, is I'm making Jaffa Cakes. So the ingredients in Jaffa Cakes are: you have one half cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of almond flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of coconut milk, and 1/2 cup orange marmalade. And then for the topping, you have 3.5 ounces of dark chocolate morsels that you melt. Okay, so for the basic steps of making Jaffa Cakes, the first step is you got to preheat the oven to 350. Make sure there's no pans in there. And then, while that is preheating, you will first mix the flour, almond flour, baking powder, salt, brown sugar, and then you add coconut milk and vegetable oil into the batter after all that flour is mixed up. Alright, now, let's make sure. Now, as you can see, we have our brown sugar, flour, almond flour, salt, brown sugar, I didn't say already. We have it all mixed up, or all together here in this bowl. So let's go ahead and stir it up. Get our little whisk it all together. Alright, so you can see, stirred it up pretty good. So now we gotta go ahead and add our vegetable oil and almond milk. Sorry, not almond milk, coconut milk. Alright, now as you can see, we added our vegetable oil and our coconut milk. And now let's go ahead and mix it all together. Let's make our batter. Ready? I still got some of the whisk, but as you can see, we now have our batter all mixed up, looking nice, looking nice. So now we gotta take our muffin tray and spray some oil on it. So here we go. Let's do it over here. Alrighty. Now we got some oil on our muffin tray. Now where you have to take, and we gotta add about 1 tablespoon batter to each hole on the muffin tray. Alright, so now as you can see, we have our batter and our muffin tray, and I have smushed down every single one to make like a little patty, kind of, for our base, for our sponge base. And now we have to throw it in the oven for, 10 minutes. And then remove them and allow them to cool for about another 5 minutes or so. And then after that, we will then make our orange marmalade and our chocolate chips. And then going back to question 3, it was not hard to find these ingredients. We just went to, me and my aunt went to Publix and we got the ingredients while we were doing our regular grocery shopping. And it was really easy to find. Everything was on the shelf, and now we're making it. Alright, so now, I don't want to touch it so hot. Alright, so now, as we can see, we have our sponge base all cooked in the oven, 10 minutes. And now, we have to take it out and put it on the wire rack. So let's carefully do that. Pause it here. And now, as you can see, we have all of them on our wire rack here. And our next step is to take our dark chocolate and we're gonna throw it in the microwave to melt it. Throw it in the microwave for about 30 seconds to a minute. So let's throw it in there. 30 seconds. All right. And then we also have to add our orange marmalade. So we're gonna let them cool down a couple more minutes and then we'll get to it. Alrighty, now as you can see here, we have our melted chocolate. So now let's go ahead and put on that orange marmalade. Here, let's close that door. Put on orange marmalade and then put this on top. So let's get to it. So I decided to get a plate. Figured it would be easier to put these on. So let's try that. Put that over a little bit. Alright, now let's try again. Alright, there we go. One. Alrighty, now as you can see, we have all of our orange marmalade on these sponge bases. So now let's go ahead and add our dark chocolate. Alrighty, now as you can see, we have dark chocolate on all of our cookies here, or should I say Jaffa Cakes. And now let's stick them in the freezer for about 5 minutes to let that chocolate harden. Alrighty. Alright, so now that the dish is done, I feel that these steps were relatively easy. It was very easy to follow after having them on my computer. And did I understand my directions? Yes, I did. It was very simple and only took me about 20 minutes to make. Alright. That's it. Alright, yeah, so here we have our final product. So now let's give it a taste test. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, so now after making those Jaffa Cakes, I feel that that dish was pretty good. You know, it was not too bad. I liked it, and I gave some to my aunt and uncle, and they liked it. The orange marmalade, I could have done, you know, a thin layer instead of, you know, a little spoonful. But besides that, I mean, they were good. They were good. We each had 2, you know, and would I make it again? Maybe if I had the time again, I'll probably make them again because it was some nice little dessert. And I will definitely order some when I get over there because I'm sure it probably will taste a little bit better because, you know, it'll be authentic and I feel like it'll just be better when I get over there. So yes, I will definitely be ordering it when I get over.